actually you could sit at home for half an hour and actually do some reports, do your emails, whatever, and we have an auditable trail because the system tells us what people are doing. And actually in there, what was interesting was when we started was, from the management point of view, there's a concept that says you're working because you're sat at your desk. Actually, our productivity has definitely gone up. We are definitely improving productivity as a consequence to the ways that we're now working. But it's about empowering individuals and trust from that. I went to visit a mental health trust in the UK several years ago, and there was a chap called Patrick Gabriel, who was the Chief Executive Officer. And at that time, I was a bit resistant to this. And I said to him, and they had fantastic examples of what we've introduced now. And I said to him, how do you know? How do you know people are doing the job? And he looked at me and he said to me, he said, you know, we work with some of the most vulnerable people in our communities. He said, I think if we can trust them with their lives, I think we can trust them with their time. And actually, that completely changed my approach. And I can honestly say, and Steve, who's one of my senior managers who works with me, is here tonight, and we've definitely seen a real improvement in productivity. And a real improvement in, if I say commitment, I'll give you another example, and in particular for parents with children. Historically, if somebody's child's poorly, often that might end up with a member of staff taking the day off because they can't get alternative arrangements. Actually, what happens now is somebody might do a couple of hours at home, they sort something out, and then they come in. And actually, it just improves that whole productivity across the piece.
Are the doctors aware that you might be hopefully implementing this? Do they all know?
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
I mean, the doctors that are involved in the development work, and Nigel Minahane and Philippa Venn are the two key leads that we are engaging with as representatives for. And actually, it's our intention that once we've got a 2-month period here where we're doing a little bit more detailed work on what, for example, the integrated system will look like. And then we'd be coming out and sharing that for, you know...
Yeah, so all the doctors will be involved?
They will be.
Yeah,
they will.
That's fine.
I wouldn't say all of them know.
No, exactly. No.
But they all should know of the work in the primary care strategy that is about looking at clusters of GP practices.
Yeah.
And we're looking to wrap around that.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, is this when you say integrated, is this integrated with Social Security? Is that the same front door?
No, Social Security is a separate department.
Right, so there will still be their assessment to go through?
If somebody was looking at income support and the personal care component, yes, they would. Which is different to the long-term care.
And the other aspect about that is the adaptations to houses. Where do you come into the adaptations to dwellings?
Again, the starting point of that is through Social Security. However, once individuals are in our service, we do have occupational therapists who will contribute.
Do you have funding for the adaptations which are likely?
No, we don't have the funding for adaptations. We can only contribute to the assessments of need.
Okay, Angela.
Hi Chris, I don't think Margaret's here from the Carers Association, but I know
So important. This is why we are looking to invest more resource at that front door. So at the moment, I have one administrator, a duty social worker and a manager who sit at that front door, managing all the requests that come through. When we bring the whole piece together, I'm looking at putting more in at that front door. And the first thing we should be looking at, and I mean this with respect, is we don't want anybody coming into our services, actually. Now, of course we do, because people's needs dictate that we need to be involved. But where it's possible, are there alternatives to enable somebody to maintain control? And actually, it's out there in the community voluntary sector where there's, as we know, a fantastic range of services. So it's really important that we are signposting people to those first and foremost, and only responding when we have to, because people don't choose to get involved with community and social services. It's because of need. And the other bit of that is the development of the care hub is in partnership with community and voluntary sector. So that notion of us developing a point of reference where people can come in will be equal access to community and voluntary sector as it would be to community and social services. Talks about, and we're not going to look at this really until 2018, but the possibility of integrating the long-term care benefit team from Social Security in with us in Eagle House. And that would make sense as well. Now at the moment, because of everything else that's on the table, we can't do that yet, but it is something that we're open to explore with them.
Okay, that's great.